Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the powers to chant. Jah give her the powers to chant. Rastafari, the lion's voice.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
If you have been watching the news, you're not under a rock, you have seen that the American president put tariffs on every country on the planet, sent the global markets into free fall, and then China responded with reciprocal tariffs, and now both of them have tariffs on each other in excess of 100%. What this means is that it costs more than the product itself to import or export products. So effectively, they've cut off all trade with each other, unprecedented in history between these two nations. And this is going to affect America greatly. It's going to affect China too. But for those who are in America know, every dollar store, every Walmart, every Target, every Ross, every Marshall, when you look on the tag, are made in China, biggest manufacturer. 50% of the soya bean that America sells goes to China. So we're looking at a massive economic impact in the next couple of months. You know, people are already stockpiling goods in the stores, and one bag of something will go on here in America. And again, we are one of the few platforms out there that are telling our audience to make preparation. Don't get caught flat-footed in this Armageddon. And again, for the Lion Pride, I want to reiterate the importance of making these preparations.
Lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice.
Jano, I'm so hungry, bro. I haven't eaten all day. Like, my head started to hurt me too. Like, what more could I eat right now?
What about a city samosa? So come now and get your samosa, a fusion of Indian, Jamaican and African culture. City samosas, the best samosas in the city.
Them could never conquer the mountains. Thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again unto the world. Now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Well, solar energy that them a see. The whole city powered by the sun's energy. energy. The road them make out of hemp and concrete. Neighborhoods full of fruit trees that taste sweet. The youths put down them guns, them harvest and a reap. The beautiful gardens will line every street. Tired of the bloodshed, them done with the beef. Not even animals for dead, them burn out the meat. Where people say Haile Selassie, I see Nile. When they see say him a treat the dirt like a child. Peace on earth from the banks of the Nile. That's why we giving thanks in style. See say Babylon a weapon, them a stockpile. Babylon a wicked, kill them brother and smile. Lion, Babylon a reptile. Them a plant fish, shed blood, we got plans for the soil. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. No more gullies, proper sanitation. Proper toilets with proper filtration. Clean water for the youths them fi use. Our sons and daughters safe, no more child abuse. Africa arise, read it in the news. On the day when Rastafari ready, wicked have to move. 3D.
What do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. Elected himself, first rightful ruler. Hey yo, Eli, hail them high, hail the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just opening them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of The Lion's Voice. Welcome to The Lion's Voice and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the Lions are telling our own story. We are racing through the month of April, and this is a big milestone episode. Why? This is our first episode with our brand new camera provided courtesy of the Lion Pride on Patreon. We've been working out the logistics, how to use it, teaching ourselves. And so, again, give thanks for the patience with the family as we calibrate and we get used to the new technology. But you can see that we are committed here at the Lion Voice Network to stepping up the production. Today, episode, we are dealing with the topic of war. What am I talking about? We're talking about the current trade war between the US and China. We're talking about the war threats between the USA and Iran. We're talking about the war threats between the USA and Iran. We're talking about the information war that's taking place all over Earth. People are telling lies on people. It's hard to discern where information is coming from. AI getting more realistic. We just got news that they've brought back animals from distinction, genetic manipulation, all kind of things happening on the face of creation right now in terms of information space. That is war too. There's also spiritual war taking place. Are you grounded? Are you feeling higher levels of anxiety because of the instability and chaos? All them things that are going right now. So today we're going to talk about 3 things we need to be doing in preparation for this time that's coming, great tribulation, and we are going to dive deep. And we give thanks again for everyone who has been making this platform to be the fastest growing Rastafari platform, one of the largest Rastafari platforms. And through the powers of the King, we show no signs of slowing down. Now, before I get into the episode, we have some housekeeping. We have a big panel planned for April 21st. We're talking about His Majesty visit to the Caribbean. We'll be announcing the panelists shortly. We're just confirming all of our guests, so stay tuned for that. Put that on your calendar. That's a Monday, April 21st. Big panel, just like the Empress Menin panel. We are touching people from all over the Caribbean to talk about this great visit. We also are celebrating that we are on the cusp of reaching 35,000 people in the Lion Pride. By the time this video air, we are probably just past 35,000 or very close to passing 35,000. So we want to just give thanks to everyone. If you're brand new, if this is your first video, let me just lay the ground rules. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Remember me tell you that. And we want to big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. Our latest Lion Pride on Patreon member, Selassie, coming all the way from Australia, brethren from Maryland, Linkai, today, saying he also wanted to join. I sent him the link. So I give thanks for everyone who's been watching and the ones who see the need for what we're doing, the encouragement that I've been getting from all over the earth, Rastafari people. And I know it's a few, just a chosen few, but again, we are launching the campaign, Every Mickle Make a Muckle, 1 Cocoa Fill Basket. These are the slogans that we're using. We have 32 people in the Patreon, and we're still pushing forward for the 1,000. We're going to have more information. We're launching a new campaign. We're going to be doing monthly Zoom calls. If you come in between now and July 1st, you will be eligible at the $10 and up level to participate. And I decided that everyone who's currently in INI Patreon now, regardless of the level, you are eligible. So even our mission supporters at the $5 level, and we'll have information. We're going to launch the Zoom calls collectively. It's all about building community, family, and this is what I'm telling to all the content creators out there. And this is part of preparation for Armageddon, is making sure that you're part of community, that you're connected, that you are not trying to be a lone lion or lioness out there right now. This is not the time for that. So if you're not part of an organization or a collective, now is the time. We are going to be very serious about building our internal Lion Pride community. So if you love what you see, please join us in the Lion Pride on Patreon. We're building something powerful. We want to build an economic force that can really start to make a difference in Rastafari. If you are tired of the stagnation, if you are tired of doing the same thing and expecting different results, let's try something different. And we have to trust each other. And again, we've put in the work so that the item can see that we're consistent, we're committed. Big up. We just dropped the TPI full episode. It's already doing very well.
as a Rastaman, I went through different layers and levels of really understanding and appreciating what His Majesty did and does for Iva, right? First, it was the political side, because I was a student, I was a political science major in college, African politics.
Yes.
That's what I studied. I focused on Cameroon and Kenya. I wrote a thesis and traveled to those countries.
Brilliant. We love
it. His Majesty as a statesman is the first and the most recognizable way that the light shine upon I. When I see how he presents himself, from everything from posture to dress to words to stagecraft to equality of love for all humanity, examples to show for humankind. When we see that kind of political leadership, me as a student of politics, I say, whoa.
Big up TPI grade, just link I with Loot and Fire. So we have an exclusive coming down the pipeline with Loot and Fire. So stay tuned for that. Big project, Strength and Resilience. We're talking about the new project on Zion I Records. So stay tuned for that. Big up Jerry Small, I family. We have that episode also doing very well.
And I hear some of the voice them behind me start to taunt me. So I hear one of the voice, hey Small, you idiot. About to drop out of school and turn Rasta. I no answer him. I hear the next one say, hey Small, Haile Selassie never even business with Rasta. I you talk about you know praise Haile Selassie. I no answer him. I hear a third one say, Haile Selassie can't even talk English. So at that time, you know, I turn around and I look on the one who said that and I say, Haile Selassie live in England for 5 years and him can't talk English, and I stop talking. A few minutes later, we hear the siren and there is the motorcade drive coming at JC. You could hear a pin drop.
Second clip is on the way. We're fully loaded, family. I have so much content that I have not yet dropped. We're getting ready to do a whole heap of things. So don't feel like say we peak. We don't even start yet. And we're going on to our 3rd year of operation. But we're just really catching our stride. So again, big up everyone in the Lion Pride on Patreon for the support. Big up the Ubuntu Lion Pride, $70 and up. That's also going to raise up to $100 after July 1st. So now is a good time. And that Ubuntu, again, it's about we are because you are. So when you contribute to that, that's a lifelong. As long as this channel is running, once your name is on that Ubuntu list, your name will go feature up on the list. But again, the cost to get on that list is going to keep rising as our value rises. So we know our value. So you could have got in for $50, that's gone. $70 is here. Now is a great time if you have a small business or you just want your family to be known as one of those who were not passive in the Armageddon that made a difference. You can join. Big up Brother Johnny. Big up Ross Bo. Big up Bingy Sean. Big up Dexter Davis, Iras, Nick Nakus. All of the ones them who have joined us on our Lion Pride on Patreon, Carib Life Media, all of the family that have joined us on our Ubuntu Lion Pride, Action Lion Pride. If you don't have $1 or you just want to give a one-time attribution or here and there, that's the Action Lion Pride. And the Empress Menen episode, we had ones, sending in $1, super chat, $2, up to $20 you can contribute on our lives, on the super chats. As part of the Action Lion Pride, that can be your attribution. Or you can send us a Zelle, Cash App. We accept it all. Because whatever you can do to support this movement, we do give thanks. So big up your Action Lion Pride. Big up the Watch and Peep. You watch, you still get a strength from the watching. The watch hours are very important analytic for YouTube, and we are approaching 4,000 watch hours for the last 28 days. We are consistently over 3,000, which is, shows that people are not just clicking on the links, they're actually watching the content, which is important. So big up the watchers, big up the peepers, the ones who come with a bad mind intention, just want to see if it pop down. We still big up the item because Rastafari vibration is positive. But there is a warning. This is the most dangerous platform for our people on the planet. Why? Because when you peep over here, you end up love the space and you lose your people status and you become a watcher. Then next thing you know, you wake up and you're an action lion pride. Then next thing you know, you're in a Patreon and you become part of the family. So dangerous for the people them because mere positive vibration over here. So if you're people, just remember that you've been warned, you know what I mean? But big up yourself same way. All of the family, big up for making it work. LIDJ don't know, one of our first sponsors, Ramia King Design. Please support the Tumblr. And when you see I'm on sipping, know that we're supporting Rastafari business. Big up CMAS Life, Wally Kings, Graphics, all of the ones them who are supporting our newest sponsor and partner, Frontline Books and Publishing. Big up Raseku Tafari. We will be having Raseku on to talk about his book selection of the month shortly. So this is a partner that listen, I am the reading Ras, remember that. And so I'm very excited about this partnership. When I was a young university student, all of the books that I used to read, whether it was Marcus Garvey's Philosophy and Opinion, His Majesty Autobiography, you look in the book, it was Frontline Books. So it's a special link for I. And again, we're going to continue to grow together. If you have a Rastafari business and you're interested in joining this movement, reach out to us and let's negotiate and see how we can work together and build together. Also, we have the Association of Rastafari Creatives Membership Drive, African Liberation Membership Drive, May 25th coming up. So stay tuned for that. More information is coming on that. We'll have someone to come and talk about that. That's going to be powerful. All right, housekeeping out of the way. Let's talk about the topic. If you have been watching the news, you're not under a rock, you have seen that the American president put tariffs on every country on the planet, sent the global markets into free fall, and then China responded with reciprocal tariffs, and now both of them have tariffs on each other in excess of 100%. What this means is that it costs more than the product itself to import or export products. So effectively, they've cut off all trade with each other. Unprecedented in history between these two nations. And this is going to affect America greatly. It's going to affect China too. But for those who are in America know, every dollar store, every Walmart, every Target, every Ross, every Marshall, when you look on the tag, are made in China. Biggest manufacturer. 50% of the soya bean that America sells goes to China. So we're looking at a massive economic impact in the next couple of months. You know, people are already stockpiling goods in the stores, and one bag of something are going here in America. And again, we are one of the few platforms out there that are telling our audience to make preparation. Don't get caught flat-footed in this Armageddon. And again, for the Lion Pride, I want to reiterate the importance of making these preparations. So we're going to talk about 3 things that should be done in order to prepare for what is to come. And some of these things are just common sense, but again, repetition. We are sounding the trumpet. One of the jobs of Rastafari independent non-aligned media is to sound the trumpet and ensure that our audience were on the same page. So I'm going to go through the 3 things, and then you can comment and let us know if there's anything that we miss or what we need to have included, because this is a reasoning. We are a family. All right. Number 1 thing that you need to be doing right now is saving, because you need to have funds in case you have to make some quick movements. Things are chaotic, things are happening. So to the best extent, and most of us are living hand to mouth, we understand that. But for example, This is not the time to buy no big purchase, luxury purchase. This is not the time to go on no luxury vacation to places where you don't really need to go, but you just want to hang out or chill out. Right now, all of your movement should be mission driven. I'm not saying you cannot relax. I'm not saying you can't ease up, but try work it into your works, because one of the things is that you always want to be on this divine frequency, under the protection of the Most High, meaning that you're doing the Most High work. Rest is part of the work too, and this is something that the workers of old did not realize, but now we're realizing self-care is a part of the work. It's not external to the work. So I'm not saying don't go get a massage, or don't go to the spa, or don't sleep your 8 hours if you can get 8 hours or plus, or whatever you do for your self-care. I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't just make a trip because you make a trip. You know what I mean? If you can save that funds, or direct it into the fulfillment of your mission. If you don't have a purpose right now as a brethren, or you don't have a plan, now is the time to lock yourself down and stop go party until you have a purpose and a plan. So this is very important. You should know. This is very important. You should know what your purpose and your mission is, and you should be saving and investing to manifest that mission, because that is what's going to carry you through. That whatever the Most High has put on your heart as your mission is going to be your savior during this period, because one of the things that's going to happen is while Babylon fall, those who have made the preparation are going to be prospering. So it's going to be one kingdom falling down while another kingdom rising. So those who have invested in their purpose and their passion of serving humanity in a righteous way, you're going to see prosperity, because as people's eyes open up, this is the time now when Rastafari people can thrive, because people are going to be looking for what we have to offer. You know what I mean? Whatever that is that you offer as a Rastafari, because one of the principles of Farai is whatever you have should be good and make the world a better place. That's how we're going to manifest heaven on earth, is by everybody living up to their divine potential. That is the definition of Zion on earth. You know what I mean? It's not no pie up in the sky and rate. No, it's everyone living to their highest, and the heaven will manifest naturally on earth. You know what I mean? So everybody have to be within their purpose. So right now, make sure you're saving. If you can pay down debt, you can do that too. You know what I mean? But the focus should be being liquid, having some liquidity, amount of liquidity. So if you have to make a sudden move, you can make that move. And that also may mean investing in your pursuit so that you can create your future, because right now you need to create your future, and that may take investment. I'm investing in the Lion Voice Network because this is what I want to do. In terms of my pivot from what I'm doing now, we're getting into the Rastafari independent, non-aligned media space. We're building a network like the world has never seen before, with the help of the global Rastafari family. And we were called by the Almighty to do this. We found our passion and purpose. It utilizes all of our unique skills. I get to use some law skills. I get to use my entertainment skills. I get to use my music as a soundtrack. I get to reason with people. I love to reason with people. So I'm implementing all of my unique gifts in this endeavor. Whatever that is for the eye, it's not going to look like what it looks like for I. But whatever that looks like for the eye, now is the time. And as I say, no one is coming to save us. And as I tell my brethren and sisters, whatever that thing is, start. Now is the time to start. Don't put off till tomorrow because, boy, I may not have this. Start with what you have. Go forward to watch the first video and see how me sound, and it never really, you know what I mean? It took time. We weren't ready. We didn't have, we didn't invest any money. We started everything free. We use our phone, all of these things until today. We are on professional camera, and this was all financed by the the Lion Voice Network and the works, and it's only going to continue to scale up as we continue to invest. And I'm happy to say that our business here is profitable. The Lion Voice Network is a profitable business. Now, that doesn't mean that we're making millions of dollars or even thousands of dollars yet, but it's paying for itself, and that's what's important. So put the time in, invest, and the most and remember, we haven't had a viral video yet. So we're going slow and steady, which is how you want to grow. But whatever that thing is for the eye, now is the time. Save toward it, invest. If you can pay down some debt so you can free up, because you may need to access credit too. Strategically, some of us have that ability, some of us don't. If that's not your reality, then your reality, do what you have to do. But the point is that you're moving strategically with your economic assets. So that's number one. Number two is to stockpile essential resources. So food and water, make sure you have your supplies. With a trade war, that means that trucks that are coming in could stop running. That means certain, we have a globally integrated supply chain. So that means certain things that you like might not be available. So certain things might not be on the shelf. So make sure you have food and water that you can at least 1 or 2 weeks, if everything lock off from the grocery store, them, you are okay. You can still survive. You know what I mean? Have that for your family. And then also connect with your community so that we can build some communal resilience. This is not something to endure by yourself. So the stockpiling of essential resources is crucial. Those resources also include human resources, reaching out, making community connections. I always advocate, go to the farmers market, build some relationship with farmers. I'm blessed that I know many farmers. If anything go on, we normally can drive south, and we have a collective of farmers where me them amongst where I know my family is good. But everyone needs to have some connection with farmers. These are the important people, because again, if you can access food in the stores, go to the source. It's good to have the source, you know what I mean? And there are a lot of black farmers out there that need support. A lot of them sell direct to consumer. Let's put money in their pockets, you know what I mean? Let's circulate the dollar among ourselves. And more time, they're growing organic produce, so let us support them. But this is so crucial right now, family, because we don't know what the future will hold. Every day there's chaos. And if you're in an island, remember that islands right now are importing most of their food. So the same applies for the islands. You know what I mean? The trade war is going to affect the whole earth. When the elephants are war, there's a saying that the grass suffer, So the two biggest giants on the planet are in an economic war. There's going to be a lot of repercussion. So this is why we're sounding the trumpet, and we are one of the platforms on the internet that sounds the trumpet. As a Rastafari platform, our elders, our music have prepared us for this time, so we have to be ready to face. So again, stockpile food, water, essential supplies, energy. If you can get a generator and them thing there, that is also good. You know what I mean? Your power supply, whatever, make sure you can charge up your phone, them, whatever the thing. The phone might not work. So all of these things have a plan. Here in Washington, D.C., we are in the midst anniversary development of Rastafari, putting together a community plan, how we can support each other. Food, water, sovereignty, security. These are the discussions that we're having as a collective here in the Washington DMV area. Wherever your area, if it's New York, if it's South Florida, if it's Africa, if it's the Caribbean, if it's Europe, have these discussions with your community. What's going to happen if this lock off? Whose house do we link at? What is the plan? You know what I mean? How can we check on our elders? All of these things need to be discussed. Every community is circling their wagons. So if we are dependent on other communities to secure us, we are delusional. And you know what I mean? We always hear about the careless Ethiopians are going to go down in the judgment. Don't be careless Ethiopian. Family, me I tell them. Please. And then number 3 is make sure that you are cultivating multiple streams of income. It's not enough to go to work, come home, you sit down, play some video game, get up, go to work, play some video game. No, right now is the time again. Whatever your passion is, identify it, your purpose, identify it, pursue it, monetize, create those other income streams, because you're going to need flexibility in these times. You know what I mean? If where you are is not airy, then you're going to need to have that ability to move. Those who cannot move are going to be at the whim of whatever's happening in that region. This thing is set up that people with money are going to be able to escape some of the things and for a time, because the judgment will go find you. You could have run to the rock for rescue. It will go find you. But in the early stages, you know what I mean, the ability to be able to fill up a tank of gas if the gas is $300 a gallon is important on your drive out of the city. Or the ability to buy a plane ticket and fly out is important, you know what I mean? Because something might happen where you're there and it have nothing to do with you, you know what I mean? But you are trapped there because of your economic condition. So multiple stream of income, and this is where again pursuing your passion is so crucial. The time to create your ecosystem is now. We have here the Lion Voice Network ecosystem. You see it. We built it in front of the whole global family till right now. We are truly global. When you see we have a brethren in Australia, you know, right now if me take a plane, will link the brethren a 24-hour plus probably it'll take me to even see the brethren. So that show you how global it is, and it also show the power of the World Wide Web. Using the internet, there's no such thing as a local business anymore. The message is penetrating. So whatever it is that the item doing, put that plan so you can tap into the globe. It's not just your local people. So our goal is to have 1,000 people in the Patreon. And the beautiful thing is I don't have to just depend on people in the Washington, D.C. area or even in the United States. I have Patreon members on Reunion Island off of the coast of Madagascar. Big up yourself. You know what I mean? I have Patreon members in the UK. I have Patreon members all over the place. So it doesn't matter where the audience is. The audience will find you once you're doing something that is powerful and once you're marketing. This is why you see the Rastafari businesses are coming and they are working with us to reach that audience. So having the audience means so much right now, and you need to cultivate your own. Direct to consumer is the most secure way to build any business. You don't want any third party cutting your check or telling you about whatever. You know, having a direct relationship with your audience is priceless. So big up again all of the people then. So these are just 3. There's so much more I could say, but I just want to get this tru-versation going and to make sure that we're not being lulled, because it's very easy to just watch the headlines and just wow, like it's a movie, but not realizing these things are going to trickle down to affect I&I as well. You know what I mean? I&I are still, a lot of I&I are in the West directly impacted by these things. So as the trade wars and everywhere is war escalate, it's going to impact us. Repatriation is still a must. We have to be actively working toward our repatriation. And again, it's not going to happen but just by wishing. One thing that Rastafari has taught us is that the trad is real. It's not a fantasy trad. not just faith and you pray and you go in your closet on your knee and you pray and you pray and you pray. That is part of it. That is a good vibration, the prayer. But without the works, it's dead, and you can easily be removed from the face of creation. So, as I say, please, family, just come in, do what you have to do, and let us come together right now to build a future. The best time for Rastafari is in front of us. I always say that the glory years for the movement are in front of us. All we have to do is live up, and now is the time. So, what do you think? Am I talking sense? Is it foolishness? Leave a comment. Let us continue the reasoning. It's trade war, it's cyber war, it's threats of war, rumors of war, all kind of thing. And you know, in the book of Matthew, verse 24, Yeshua said, when you see all of these signs, flee to the mountain. You in Judea, you know, in the field. You know, basically he's telling you, go to your safe place, which for I and I is that repatriation. Prepare, get ready. We are preparing here. As you can see with the platform, the intensity is increasing. Lion Voice Network is part of I&I Family Exodus strategy in terms of this is what we'll be doing on the continent, documenting the rising, documenting the change, making sure that we are telling our own story, that we are protecting our own narrative, that the image of Rastafari as just a herb smoker, a reggae artist, that we kick down these things. We are that too. Don't get me wrong. We can mash up a stage show. We can burn a chalice load. That is all part. We'll never deny that. We love it. We embrace it. But that's not all we are. We're mathematicians. We're engineers. We're lawyers. We're doctors. We're nurses. We are healthcare practitioners. We are construction specialists. You know, we are all across the gambit, Rastafari people. We are truckers. Big up Ras Isaiah with his trucking company, Logistics in Barbados. If you haven't seen that episode, go watch that episode. We are dynamic, you know what I mean? We are prophet, priests, and kings. We are the nation of Rastafari. And now we have a voice, and it's called the Lion's Voice. And we won't stop. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
Them could never conquer the mountains. Thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again unto the world. Now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Well, solar energy that them a see. The whole city powered by the sun's energy. The road them make out of hemp and concrete. Neighborhoods full of fruit trees that taste sweet. The youths put down them guns, them harvest and a reap. The beautiful gardens will line every street. Tired of the bloodshed, them done with the beef. Not even animals for them burn out the meat. Where people say Haile, Selassie, I see Nile. When they see say him a treat the dirt like a child. Peace on earth from the banks of the Nile. That's why we giving thanks in style. Sister Babylon a weapon, them a stockpile. Babylon a wicked, kill them brother and smile. I lion, Babylon a reptile. Them a plant for shed blood, we got plans for the soil. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. No more gullies, proper sanitation. Proper toilets with proper filtration. Clean water for the youths them fi use. Our sons and daughters safe, no more child abuse. Africa arise, read it in the news. On the day when Rastafari ready, wicked have to move.